Well, good morning and welcome to our 11 o'clock broadcast. We are live at Ted's Den. He didn't want to get up. We showed him his egg. We showed him some grapes. He yawned and continued to sun himself. So we, of course, cannot let Ted and Tasha out while Lucky is out. So we're going to start today for a enrichment treat. Holly got some food thrown into her. She seems to be favoring apricots right now, which are very good for her, and she is enjoying them as we speak. Tasha got a frozen treat with strawberries and nuts and a few other fruits in it. We are going to be in inside crowd that are coming out. Ted has received his enrichment, and it is a frozen treat for those folks that are coming out. Children like popsicles, and we give our bears bearsicles. And they are a little different. Probably the 2-ounce popsicle that you get is very good and is just right for you. Well, Ted, Holly, Lucky, and Tasha all get bearsicles, and they weigh about 2 pounds. So in their smaller black containers, we freeze cranberry apple juice with a little bit of water added, and we put nuts, a variety of nuts, and a variety of fruits in there. So once they get past they start getting good fruit to eat. Now the reason, folks, that we are doing this, I've already, this is repetitive, but we are doing the live broadcast here because Lucky, our 11-year-old, is sunning himself on top of his den. And even though we tried with his best food that he loves, his egg, he didn't want to go in this morning. So we will again start working on Lucky. I believe everybody's seeing Lucky because he's hearing the broadcast. So we'll be working on getting him up into his den so we can get Tasha out and Ted out for a while. Lucky is now cruising into the alleyway. So as the bears continue to move forward to their dens, I want to talk a little bit about their enclosures and how we rotate bears here. Many folks have asked us, when do our bears go? Many times during the day. Usually Lucky and Holly are put in. They stay out all night, and they are in by 8:30 to 9 o'clock. But sometimes Lucky is reluctant to go in because that's just Lucky. So we cannot let Ted and Tasha out until Lucky walks into his den. So that's what the girls are doing right now. They're working on, our interns are working on trying to move Lucky. Our females are still in estrus, and Lucky is very interested in Holly. And although Holly shows no interest in Lucky, that doesn't mean that Lucky's not going to be interested. He is our neutered male, but that doesn't change anything in his eyes. Now, Ted is currently our 21-year-old, and this is the bear right here in front of you. That's Ted, 21, is the oldest member of our bear family. He weighs 555 pounds currently. We move through the summer and closer to which for 7. We lose between 18 and 20% of their population, and that's okay. That's what they do every single season here. Bears hibernate anywhere from 5 to 7 months here. Ted does about 5 months. Our other bears are closer to 7. Lucky, Holly, and Tasha all go into den right around the 3rd week of October, and they stay in usually until the end of March. So it's a good time for in the enclosure if our bears are in. But we have one female that tends not to follow the protocol here. So she will den by herself in the 2.5 acres. She digs her own den and goes into hibernation. I have to make sure I'm broadcasting. That's why I stop and look when I hear a ping. I hope you folks can hear me out there in our web world here, so let me know if you can't. We are broadcasting live at this point. The camera is pointed on Ted, so if you're not here and you would like to watch our bears, you can go to www.bear.org, and from there you can access the cameras, which will feature Ted, Lucky, Holly, the mound, and our favorite is the PTZ, which is in the front of the building, and that's a pan, tilt, and zoom. And if we're out there, even in back of the falls, they can read our name tags that we have on. That's how good it is. So as we continue to introduce our bears, we have Holly next. She is our 5-year-old, and she is currently in estrus and putting on a nice show for our interns. Tasha is the next bear. She's our 3-year-old, and she's in the cabin den, and Lucky is wandering around in back of the enclosures here. So as soon as we can, we will get him in so we can get the other bears out for you. So I want to thank you all for tuning in today. I want to also thank you all for the really neat questions that we had yesterday. I will try to answer them when I get a chance and give you your replies online so that you have the answers there too. But continue to ask questions, because when we're broadcasting and we have questions, that's how folks learn here too. This is a teaching facility. Our bears teach us all the time. With the education that they provide for us, we broadcast that worldwide. And the folks that are online everywhere in the world can not only listen to us when we're broadcasting. And right now the cameras are turned towards Holly. So they are watching Holly right now. Ted is on his little deck, so he's enjoying his bearsicle on his deck. Now, you might want to wonder why we're not giving Holly her bearsicle. Holly has had kind of a different appetite lately, and really preferring apricots, which she ate last year, but she wasn't real into it. But this year she seems to really be into the apricots. So we've been giving her apricots because during estrus she's really had a low appetite, and we've been trying to give her some of the treats that she really likes to eat. She also likes the dried cherries that we've received also, in cranberry. So any fruit, our bears will usually eat any type of fruit except citrus, with the exception of Tasha, who enjoys oranges. So as we continue with our broadcast here, I'd like to thank you folks watching and walking out with us and being a part of our broadcast. And also thank you online viewers who are tuned in to Ted, or right now Holly, and watching her as she moves around the fence line here, getting her apricots. We will again be letting Ted and Tasha out as soon as we get Lucky to cooperate a little bit more and move him into his den. So I want to thank everyone again for tuning in. I want to thank our visitors for being a part of our broadcast. For our visitors that are here, your wristband will get you $1 off at the Wolf Center today. If you'd like to visit, they have 5 wolves. Their ambassador pack includes 2 Arctics, which are just beautiful at this time of the year. They haven't completely shed their coats, so they're pretty fluffy looking, just like our bears are. Our bears will start losing in their coats now, and they will start shedding their coat as they walk through the brush and rub themselves against trees, which also includes marking. And their coats will be flat towards the end of August, and then by September they'll start growing their new undercoat for insulation for hibernation. So time as the bears have moved into their normal activity for the summer here, our intern for us have started their broadcast. So over the week we got to hear each one broadcast, and they will be back on at 1 o'clock today. Thank you all for tuning in, and I want to thank everyone for visiting, and we are going to be back with you at 1 o'clock. Thank you all.